feel that spark just as much as they do. So when she deliberately slows down her replies, what she's really doing is managing her attention. It's not that she doesn't know how to type a quick sentence back. It's that she wants to control the pace at which you get access to her. That pause is her way of keeping you curious, keeping you hanging, and making sure you're still thinking about her. Because here's something you need to understand: silence is also a form of communication. If she wanted to, she could respond in seconds. But if she's choosing not to, it means she's balancing her time between different conversations or different priorities, and you may not be her main focus. Now, think about it. If you've ever found yourself checking your phone, waiting, wondering why she hasn't responded when you clearly saw her online, that's not an accident. She knows you're aware of her silence. And the longer she keeps you waiting, the more space it gives for your imagination to run wild. You start questioning yourself. Did you say something wrong? Is she losing interest? Or maybe she's just too busy. But what if the truth is that she's dividing her attention? Maybe replying to someone else with more excitement while you're left on hold. This kind of behavior is a power play. It's her way of maintaining control in the dynamic, keeping you chasing her instead of the other way around. And the more you chase, the more she realizes she doesn't need to invest too much because you're already hooked. And the thing is, a woman who is genuinely into you doesn't need to play that game. She doesn't want you to feel uncertain, because uncertainty risks pushing you away. But a woman who has multiple options, she thrives in that uncertainty because it keeps you in competition, whether you realize it or not. Here's the part most men overlook: if she can respond to others instantly but makes you wait, that tells you everything you need to know. People prioritize what they value. When you're a priority, she won't think twice about hitting you back. But if she's dragging her feet, stretching out the silence, and only coming back when she feels like it, you're not the only one she's entertaining. And yes, sometimes women do this subconsciously, not even realizing the effect it has. But more often than not, it's intentional. It's a rhythm she sets to keep her options wide open, to keep you eager, and to test just how much effort you're willing to put in. It's not always about her being too busy. It's about her making sure she doesn't give too much of herself to one man until she's decided who really deserves it. So don't ignore the signs. If she's consistently slow to reply, but you know she's active and available in other spaces, it's not because she can't. It's because she's choosing not to. That delay is her way of reminding you that she's not short of attention, and you're not the only one on her radar. The truth is, when she's truly interested, you won't feel like you're waiting in line. Another clear sign that she has options is when her conversations with you feel inconsistent, sometimes warm and engaging, other times cold and distant. One day she's laughing at your jokes, sharing personal stories, and almost making you feel like you're the only one who matters. Then the next day, she barely puts in the effort, sending you dry one-word answers or leaving your messages unanswered for hours. That shift in energy isn't random. It's not that she suddenly forgot how to communicate. It's because her attention is being pulled in different directions. When a woman is genuinely focused on one man, her interactions follow a steady pattern. There's no guessing game, no drastic highs and lows. But when you notice that she's unpredictable in the way she responds or engages, that's a reflection of her juggling other conversations, weighing her options, and deciding where to place her energy at any given moment. The inconsistency isn't about you. It's about the fact that you're not her only source of attention. Pay close attention to how she shifts gears. When she's deeply invested in someone else, her replies to you will feel rushed, distracted, or even forced. She might cut conversations short, pretend she's tired, or give excuses just to get off the phone quickly. And then, out of nowhere, she'll resurface with energy and enthusiasm, almost as if nothing happened. That back and forth is the clearest indication that she's splitting her emotional investment across different men. It's not that she doesn't like you at all. It's just that you're not the only one keeping her entertained. And here's the thing. Women know the power of consistency. They know how much it means to a man when a woman shows up steadily, when she keeps that emotional rhythm flowing. So, when she deliberately breaks that pattern, it's not by accident. It's her way of keeping you hooked while she still explores her other options. She's giving you just enough to stay interested, but not so much that you feel secure. Because if you felt secure, you wouldn't chase. And if you didn't chase, she wouldn't feel as valuable in the dynamic. This inconsistency often leaves men confused, wondering if they did something wrong or if she suddenly lost interest. But more often than not, it's not about what you did. It's about where she's placing her energy at the moment. She might be having a long, engaging conversation with someone else while you're left waiting. Then, when that conversation dies down, she comes back to you, picking up where she left off, as if nothing happened. This is why it's so important to read the pattern, not just the moment. If her inconsistency has become a habit, that's your clue. Because a woman who truly prioritizes you will not make you feel like you're on a roller coaster ride of emotions. She won't give you the thrill one day and the silence the next. That kind of behavior is reserved for women who are keeping their options open, testing the waters, and deciding who gives them the best combination of attention, excitement, and security. So don't just focus on how she treats you when she's in a good mood or when she's fully engaged. Pay attention to those moments when she pulls back, when she suddenly seems distracted or emotionally absent. That's where the truth lies. Those dips in consistency are not mistakes, they are signals. Signals that she is not fully locked in on you because someone else might be occupying her mind when you're left wondering. And the reality is, if she wanted to, she could be consistent. If you were her priority, she would be consistent. But when she's not, it's because she doesn't have to be. Another sign that she has options is when she subtly compares you to other men, whether directly or indirectly. You'll notice it in the way she drops little comments like, "Oh, my coworker always remembers the smallest details," or "My friend just surprised his girlfriend with the sweetest gift." On the surface, it might seem harmless, almost like casual conversation. But the truth is, she's signaling that there are other men in her orbit who are doing things that catch her attention. And those comparisons are never random. They're her way of letting you know that you're not the only one vying for her interest. When a woman is deeply focused on just one man, she doesn't need to bring up what other men are doing. Her energy and conversations revolve around the connection she shares with you. But when she begins drawing attention to how others behave, it's often a reflection of the fact that she's mentally evaluating her options, weighing the qualities of different men, and quietly keeping a scoreboard. Even if she never says it directly, those comparisons reveal that she's looking at you through the lens of competition. The tricky part is that these comparisons can be very subtle. She might not say, "This guy is better than you," but instead she'll highlight certain traits in others. Traits she wishes she could see more of in you. It's a gentle reminder that you're not the only one capable of capturing her attention. And it puts pressure on you to step up, to prove yourself worthy of holding her focus. And in many cases, this isn't even intentional manipulation. It's just her way of keeping her options alive and making sure you understand that she's desirable, that she has choices, and that you're not her only chance at romance. What makes this sign so important is how it affects your dynamic with her. You start feeling like you're being measured against an invisible standard, a bar set by men you don't even know. That can make you insecure, frustrated, or even overly eager to please her. And once she senses that shift in your energy, once she realizes that you're working harder to keep her attention, she gains even more power in the situation. That's why women who have options often lean on comparisons. It's not always about the other men, but about how those mentions influence your behavior. It's also important to note how often she does this. If it's once in a while, it could just be a slip in conversation. But if it becomes a pattern, where every few interactions she's bringing up another man's actions or qualities, then it's not accidental. It's deliberate. It's her way of telling you, without outright saying it, that she's exploring what's out there and that she wants you to feel a sense of competition. And here's where most men get it wrong. They start chasing harder. They start trying to outdo the imaginary competition. And in the process, they lose their authenticity. They stop being themselves and start performing. But the more you perform, the more she realizes that you're insecure about her attention, and that only makes her more confident that she can keep her options open without losing you. So, instead of scrambling to prove yourself, every time she makes a comparison, recognize it for what it is, proof that she has options and is using them to test how much control she has over your emotions. A woman who truly wants you, who sees you as her priority, will not need to bring other men into the conversation to validate your worth. She won't need to compare, because her attention will already be centered on you. The moment she consistently starts pointing out what others are doing better, that's when you know she's not only looking at you, but also weighing the alternatives that surround her. And that's your sign. Another clear sign that she has options is when she becomes inconsistent with her availability. One moment, she's texting you back instantly, laughing at your jokes and making you feel like you're the only one on her mind. Then suddenly, she pulls back. She takes hours, sometimes even days, to respond to a simple message. Plans you try to make with her get brushed off, delayed, or replaced with vague excuses like, "I've just been so busy," or "something came up." And the strange part is, she never seems to fully disappear. She gives you just enough attention to keep you hooked, but never enough consistency to make you feel secure in where you stand. When a woman is genuinely invested in one man, she doesn't play this hot and cold game. She wants to talk, she wants to be around you, and she makes time because you matter to her. But when she has other options, her attention gets divided. Sometimes she's fully present with you because you're the one she's engaging with at that moment. Other times, she pulls back because her energy is going toward someone else, or she's weighing whether her attention is better spent elsewhere. That inconsistency isn't random, it's a reflection of divided focus. This type of behavior can leave you feeling confused, questioning yourself, and even second guessing what you did wrong. You might think, was it something I said? Or maybe she's just busy. And sure, life gets busy for everyone. But the difference is, when someone genuinely wants you, no amount of business stops them from showing consistency. They might not respond instantly, but you'll feel the effort, the priority, and the desire to keep the connection alive. When that's missing and instead you feel like you're left waiting, guessing, or constantly chasing her for time, that's not about business. It's about options. The truth is, inconsistency can also be a form of control. By being unpredictable, she keeps you on edge. You don't know when she'll give you attention or when she'll withdraw it, and that uncertainty keeps you chasing. You start putting in more effort, hoping to win back the version of her that was available, engaged, and affectionate. Meanwhile, she doesn't have to do much. Just show up occasionally with a burst of energy and warmth, and suddenly you're hooked again. It's a cycle that benefits her because it keeps you trying while she retains the freedom to explore other possibilities. And here's the part you need to understand: inconsistency is rare.